So, have you ever wondered what happens when the modular buildings get a little too close together? I introduce to you baby modular buildings. No, not really. Mini modular buildings. This is something new for the VIP program. It's an exclusive item for you guys. They actually started out a few years ago as gifts for some of my colleagues, which after I would make a building, then I'd make a little mini one just for fun in my spare time. But they became so popular that we want to introduce them to you guys as a VIP exclusive item. Okay, so when we're trying to make the mini modulars, it was actually really fun. We had a lot of good ideas, and there's a lot of cuteness to them and a lot of things that you can get away with that we really enjoyed. But the first thing we had to do is try to set the scale. And of course, these are much too large because they're the normal ones. But for the mini modulars, we thought, go for the 8x8 scale, which actually works quite well. You can tuck them right in the back of the Café Corner, which is kind of neat. But of course, playing up that cuteness, we want to make sure that we have all of the key features still that you would expect from the mini modulars or from the modular buildings. So hopefully when you look at them, you can see some of the things like the fan on the Café Corner. We actually have a printed tile for the sign. And then we have some of the key features like the bay window and the flag and the towers and whatnot. And the other thing we wanted to do is actually give you the feel of having the modular buildings just on a smaller scale. So we included these snaps as well. So the buildings actually snap together. And that allows you as well to be able to carry it and to bring it around to different areas, which is kind of cool. As with the large modular buildings, we definitely want to keep the clever building techniques. We want to still kind of challenge you guys a little bit to think of the bricks in a playful way. And I think we've done that with some of the things here. Of course, one of the hardest things we've probably accomplished was the fan on the front of the Café Corner. It's using a toilet seat / life preserver, a pretty neat element, in order to create the fan effect. But it's still pretty strong. You should be able to handle these quite rigorously, and pieces shouldn't fall off as you're moving them around and showing them off to people. But I'm actually pretty proud as well that we've been able to make like the bench seat that you can actually push on and it doesn't collapse. And it's got the string representing the rope for the window washer. We have some nice window details, some nice transparent elements. We actually have the 1x1 transparent brick back again after a long break. So we're kind of happy about that for those of you that like to make mosaics. Not that you would ever want to take these apart. But then we also have a nice bay window here, which was kind of fun the way that we got to center it between the bricks and give it a nice clean expression. So, okay, the back sides also have detailing. So we give you the full 360 effect where you get all the little things you would expect, the garage, you even get the fire escape, and the windows on the back of Market Street, which is kind of cool. I think as you're building these, you'll actually discover a lot of little fun things that you might not have expected. This model was actually really fun. In that it's so different than many of the other models I get to work on. If you've seen some of the other videos that we've done announcing these things, you probably saw Tower Bridge that I could barely see behind. And this one I could probably have a hard time even hiding a little bit behind. So it's a totally different set of challenges. It was kind of nice to have to think of every brick being an entire assembly of something. I mean, using a headlight brick as an entire ice cream stand or as a mailbox, and sometimes it's a mailbox, sometimes it's an ice cream stand. It's just kind of fun to think of the bricks in a different way. And it was a really fun challenge. It's a nice change of pace from the usual things. So when it comes to who would potentially want one of these, well, I'd want one. I think they're kind of cool. But I think they're really going to appeal to people who are connected with the modular buildings. They've been out for 6 versions now. And so there's a bit of legacy going there. And I think those people that maybe missed out on the first few, but still are tying into the whole street, will really enjoy having a complete set because you get all of them at once. And also I think people that like micro scale building, I think it's a real fun way of using the bricks that a lot of people really enjoy. Okay, now I know these look like they're tiny little buildings, but I guarantee you're in for an experience because there's over 1,300 Lego bricks inside this model. So if you think that this is just going to be something that you can just pass off that's pretty easy, I think it might actually give you a pretty good challenge as a build, but a fun, enjoyable build as well.